This is going to be a video to show you all how to create a program engagement. So there's going to be a couple ways to do this. The first way to do it is to do it after you've created an intake. So this will be for the counseling programs, the Children's First program, and also the Family First program. Just to revisit, an intake is someone who is waiting for consent or for paperwork to be signed so that they can start receiving services. Program engagement are those people that have already signed consent forms and are now actively receiving services from Harmony at Home. So the way we would go about doing this, if you had the intake, you would basically click on your intakes right at the top right here as one of these tabs, or you can click on the intake right here as well with the big star. So either way will work. I'm going to go ahead and click on the tab at the top. This right here, you'll see there's some options for you to select. CSY stands for current school year, my intakes. So this will show me, based on the created date, who I've created for intakes for this school year. So for you all to avoid any confusion, if you were a previous counselor with us, this may be a good list to pin. And to pin a list, you click on this little thumbtack to pin that list so that every time I go to this page, it'll bring me to the current school year, my intakes. You also have all, where is it at? My intakes all time. This will show every intake that you ever entered into Salesforce. So you have those two options, as I recommend, to limit yourself to see only what's happening this school year. The CSY, my intakes, is the current school year. This will show any intake that is created this year based off of the created date. So that's the filter that we added. So what I'm going to do now is I have officially acquired consent, or I officially acquired membership forms or documentation basically stating that I am technically allowed to work with this client and I have the green light to do so. What you're going to do then is click on the intake name, which would be Doug2. If I were to click on the contact, that would take me to the contacts page. And I don't want that because I want to create my program engagement through the intake. So what I'll do is I'll click Doug2. Doug will then take me to the Doug intake page. So this is the page that shows up for the intakes. It'll look similar to the program engagement page, but what you'll know the difference is the symbol at the top. If it is a star, it is an intake. So you'll know that this is actually an intake and not a program engagement. So once you get confirmation that everything is signed, you have a couple of things that you need to do. You see the in progress pending. This person is currently pending. We're no longer awaiting for consent. We're not approving them. We're going to go to forms completed and approved. So we're going to mark that as the completed stage. So now in my intakes list, I'll see that this person has signed the forms, they've been completed, and they are approved and ready to start. So that's good. You have the green light to do that. This obviously shows those recommending traumas, the recommendation presenting trauma, and the recommendation presenting behaviors. And you would leave a note basically stating that consent was acquired. Forgive my spelling. Thank you for spell check. You want to make sure that you're completing this correctly by attaching the contact or the client. There is no program engagement yet, since there is no program engagement that has been completed. Now that we just acquired consent, we will be completing a new program engagement, and you would just list that the consent or forms have been acquired. Boom. And the great thing about this note is you can actually add the file right here. So I'm actually going to add those wonderful consent forms that I applied for and got. Let's just find a random form to upload. We'll just upload that. So you see here that I uploaded and added this to my note that I've created. It has saved, bottom right corner, it has saved. If you do not see it saved, it does not exist. It does not exist in the system, so make sure to copy and paste this note into somewhere else if you do not see that it has been saved. I'm also going to list the type of interaction as a document received, and then you're good. You're good to go. So now that I have completed this stage, you can see here that my file has uploaded as well. You're going to go ahead and click New Program Engagement. So after you select New Program Engagement, you'll see the clients here. You'll see the intake automatically uploads for you. And then you'll select the program that you're going to be receiving. That's going to be receiving the service. This client's going to be receiving the service for. So I selected Sticks and Stones, but right here you can select Family First. You can select Children's First, whatever applies in this case. You know, specifically for those that are going through the intake. There's going to be a different process for like the bullying prevention team who will go directly from a contact. So here I'm going to select the start date, which will be today. You're then just filling out this information with all the information that you already have for the school that this person's attending. Anything that has a star, you need to enter. So the before counseling functioning level, this is going to be that level that is or that you have declared that this person is based off of your own internal assessment. It asks you to list one when you do create the program engagement, so you may have not done the assessment yet, and that's okay. You can utilize the one that was utilized in the previous recommendation form, or you can select NA because it doesn't apply yet, but you do have to go in and input whatever that functioning level is when you're doing your assessment. And you have communicated that with your clinical supervisor or anyone else that needs to apply. No high school status, no post-secondary status currently. There's clearly no end date because we just started. The role of this person is going to be a client. You don't need to enter the geographic location. Family First team, I know, would like to enter geographic location, so enter the geographic location if it does apply to you. And then the after counseling functioning level obviously will be done after they have completed the Sticks and Stones program. High school graduation date doesn't apply currently. There's no post-secondary graduation date here. And the stage is this person is active currently. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And once I hit save, there is a new program engagement created. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it right here so that I'm aware that I've created this program engagement and I can see everything that applies to this person. So currently I have 0 service deliveries and I have 0 client notes that I've created for this program engagement. Okay, that's what you'll have to remember. This all applies for this specific program engagement. So there's nothing there since I haven't done anything. So now that this program engagement is created, great, you would do one of 2 things. Let's say that you haven't done anything yet, then you're good to go. You've created the program engagement. You haven't had an assessment or a session. Awesome, you're fine. You haven't had another conversation with them or an ISM meeting or anything like that. You're good. So then you're good to go. You don't have to worry about doing anything else. Just continue to process with the other clients that you're working with. But let's say you do meet with this person. So then you would basically go in and log a note. So to log a note, I will record a separate video for logging notes and logging service deliveries. So this one is just basically to show you how to enter your program engagement or how to create a program engagement. Yeah, if there's any questions, please let me know. For the bullying prevention team, it is a little different. You basically would go to your contacts and you would select the name of your school. So in this case, we'll use the Alt Ed schools. And then here, this is where you would go to create your program engagement. So you would create new program engagement, and then you would type in bullying prevention, and then you would fill everything out this way. Your start date, school district, everything that you need to enter. Don't worry about this for you. And then you hit save, and then that creates your program engagement on the bullying prevention side with the bullying prevention team. And then you utilize this program engagement to log notes and log your service deliveries and everything that applies for that. So thank you all. I hope you enjoy this short video on how to create a program engagement after you've completed your intake, or if you're on the BP team, once you've completed your contact, so that we're serving this year. And every school year needs a new intake and a new program engagement. You do not have to create a new contact if this person already exists in the system. Okay? Thank you all. Have a good day.